For
Peace, family.
educational
Today I
purposes
want to talk
only.
about spirituality. I want to give 6 things that I feel like is important when it comes to spirituality and it comes to one's spiritual journey. First one I got is spirituality is an individual experience. You know what I'm saying? Basically, as soon as somebody get woke, conscious, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, we want to save the world. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to understand that anybody, whatever they're doing, it is a spiritual thing, regardless of what they know or not, regardless of how they feel, regardless of how they act, regardless of how you feel. Now, we might think we woke, we might think we conscious or whatever, right? But the first thing you want to do is you want to down the Bible and do all that. Now, I'm not a firm believer in the Bible, but what they say is say do not judge. And who are you? You are God. God says do not judge. You feel what I'm saying? The only judging that you do, you're supposed to be judging yourself. That's the law of Mayat. You feel what I'm saying? You're not to judge anybody else because what you're actually doing is projecting your own insecurities onto the next individual. You might not even, what you think you seeing, you actually see it inside of yourself. So always understand that a spiritual journey is an individual journey regardless. Next, spirituality is an empathic experience. It's an empathic experience because as melanated beings, as gods and goddesses, as the rulers of this universe, right? The cosmos, what you want to call it, we are reflections of each other. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, we have been warring. Yes, we have been tribe-like and all that over a course of billions of years. You feel what I'm saying? Think about that. But we're all reflections of each other, and now we are on a rise. You feel what I'm saying? This rise calls for an individual experience. The only way to experience that wholly, right? Wholly is to understand your vibration, understand the next person's vibration, understand the vibration of the nature, the animals, everything around you. I'm talking about being an empath. We want to save the world, but you don't want to feel what this person is feeling. You feel what I'm saying? You feel for them, but you don't want to feel what they feel though. You got to be able to go inside of yourself and recognize something inside of yourself to be able to say you recognize it in somebody else, to be able to say you love somebody else, to be able to call somebody else a God, to be able to call yourself a God. So you have to be empathic. And don't just think that this person can be it and that person can be it. If you got melanin, that's a superconductor. So naturally you do that already. This is why we walk around with too much anxiety. Next is number 3, spirituality makes you look at the real version of self. Most individuals, right? Look at it like this. When you move out your parents' house, what type of things do you buy when you eat? Do you buy the same things that your mom and your dad bought you, you know what I'm talking about, to eat or anything like that or whatever? What I'm saying is mind control. Regardless of how it looks, regardless of how it sounds, mind control. Are the influences on your life your own influences by way of heart or by way of outside influences? Has the world influenced you to do what you do, think how you think, talk how you talk, and walk how you walk? Or is the light inside of you, the spirit, the soul, whatever you want to call it, the energy, the higher self inside of you that you are talking to, that you say you're talking to, is that influencing you to do what you're doing right now? If not, more than likely, my friend, you are living off the ego. And most individuals that's living off that, it gets rocky on this spiritual journey. You get what I'm saying? It gets rocky because in this spiritual journey, it forces you to look at the true part of yourself. If if you are an individual that on camera, you like to smile, you like to laugh, you like to do whatever you want to do, right? Off camera, you want to argue, you want to do this, you want to do that. That's the real individual. And sooner or later, the spirit will show you who that is. It's up to you to embrace it. Number 5, spirituality is the understanding of one's own actions on this individual path. On this individual path, you cannot blame that person, this person, that guy, that lady, nature, the gods, the devils. You can't blame nobody but yourself. This is the true understanding of who you are. We are connected to everything in life and in nature, whatever you want to call it. So why are you blaming everything but yourself? It don't matter how you think about it. You want to think about it in the most simplest things, you feel what I'm saying? Because that's where we slip up at. We look at the things that don't even affect us for real, for real. I'm talking about personally. If something don't affect you personally, why are you even paying attention to that? It's so much other stuff going on in the world right now. You feel me? Next, number 6, last but not least, spirituality is the culture or cultivation of one's own soul consciousness. The cultivation of culture. Starting off as a 5%er, the number 4 in the supreme mathematics is, I would say, culture or freedom, right? You want to build your own culture because that's what you're doing. You're your own star, your own universe. You want to build your own culture off of the culture that already exists inside of you. What do I mean by that? What do I mean? The culture that exists inside of you, all of the symbolism, all of the archetypes, all of the spiritual mysteries, everything that you is searching for, it already exists inside of you. Yeah, you can read a book. All that's going to do is activate what's already inside of you, right? What you supposed to do with that? You're supposed to not recreate, but create something new. Not for this world. This world over with. You creating a new something inside of you. You're going to be reborn. Remember what I was talking about those influences? You done been filled with so many different influences that's not your own, that does not belong to you. So how do you cultivate a new culture? How do you cultivate a new soul, a new solar experience, a new light? But how do you do this? You get rid of all of that other shit. Get rid of it. Wipe your plate clean. You feel what I'm saying? Unlearn and relearn. Not what I'm saying, not what that person's saying, not what that person is saying, but whatever is speaking to you inside of your heart. That's the goal. It's never gonna be an individual on TikTok. It's never gonna be an individual on YouTube. It's never gonna be none of that shit. It's only gonna be you. And I'm standing on that. I'm passionate about that because I've experienced it. And I know this is what people want. The cultivation of one's soul is an individual experience. It's way more, you know what I'm saying, that I can speak on, that I might speak on, you know what I'm talking about, but we just don't have that much time. But if I just have to stress this. If you are not moving by way of your heart, pure heart, this is what they mean when they say pure heart. If you're not moving by way of that, then you shouldn't be moving at all. You feel what I'm saying? You shouldn't be moving at all. The planet right now is getting hot. You know what that means. This is all a mind thing. They got you in a mental war. This is a mental war. A cold war means a war that is not fought physically. So it's a spiritual war. We fighting in the mind right now. They got you thinking, man, it's hot as hell outside. I'm burning up. Your body is naturally 100 degrees. You hotter than the sun, actually. But they got you feeling as if you're burning up. And your mind is all. It's powerful. If you feel that way, how you think your subconscious mind gonna react to that? What type of reality you feel like your subconscious mind is gonna create? And I'm talking about all of us. This shit goes further than further. But I ain't even gonna get too deep on that. Hey, y'all tell me what y'all feel like and what y'all think about, you know what I'm saying, these little 6 little things I feel like is the point. I want to add more, but like I said, we don't have time or whatever, but I might just add another video or whatever. I just want to get y'all intake on this, you know what I'm saying? Peace and love.